Something that I've been being asked to speak about publicly recently from some of my friends and colleagues is what's happening to our bodies. Oh, a hummingbird out the window as soon as I started talking about this. So, any thoughts, any ideas on what's going on with our physicality? It seems two things that I'm finding very interesting about the energies right now. It seems that time itself is loosening its grip on the third dimension and on how we experience linear time and time itself and all of the things that go along with it. I think that's very telling about what's happening right now in the universe and here on Earth, and how those things are inextricably linked. The other interesting thing is what's happening to our bodies. I mean, has anyone else been going through this? There's like joint issues, eye pressure issues, headaches that, aren't associated with any sort of virus or sickness that we can figure out. I've had personally, it's been like the body stuff, the skeleton specifically has been really interesting. I have had decades and decades old issues with the body, wounds, knots, tight and locked things, things that didn't move or pivot correctly. They've just sort of let go. And I mean, it hasn't been out of nowhere. I've been working with spirit and consciousness and energy and sort of talking to the stars in that way to sort of move or wield the energies that are coming into the planet right now, the sun. And so with the stuff that's coming into the planet, all the new waves, the energy pattern that we're in, this part of space that Earth is in now, we've never been in before as well. With humanity on the planet, right? Our solar system has its own orbit in the galaxies, and the galaxy has its own orbit the whole thing is new, and it's fascinating. But this is a very good time to make the reminder that I am speaking energetically and about impressions that I'm getting from spirit. And obviously, if you have any ailment or anything that doesn't make any sense to you, absolutely go see a medical professional and get the allopathic medical system to give you their opinion as well. There's a lot of chakral things I'm seeing. A lot of people are learning how to speak. They're learning how to draw boundaries. They're learning how to stand up for themselves and express in ways that they never have before. So those things I find interesting. There are correlations there. So I'm including that. I'm not trying to say that I think everyone suddenly is immune to all things. That's absolutely not what I'm saying here. But if you're sort of peeking behind the curtain and looking under the hood and listening and watching, there's subtle things happening, and I think that the sickness is part of it as well. I think that we have to purge to evolve. I think our DNA and our systems are absolutely doing that. I think that the speed at which some things are going around, the new things that are going around, and other things like that, there is a preparation that seems to be happening to the physicality. And you roll into that popping and unlocking and growing a new skeleton from the inside out. For me, from where I'm sitting, in my opinion, there is something undeniably happening to our physicality and to our bodies about our DNA itself. What is the junk DNA and why is it stored there? Why do we still have it? Of course, there's mainstream scientific reasons, but sort of energetic galactic ones. There's something coming online. We're supposed to have 12 strands of DNA. We're supposed to be living up until 4 to 6 to 800 years. How is this stuff happening without something changing in our physicality? Obviously it needs to. Obviously we are not those humans, right? So what is coming online? What's reactivating? What's opening up? What's flowering when you have the sun itself and the space and Earth that she's going through? We're seeing mass weather patterns shifting. We're seeing a lot more reports on UAPs, as they are now called, unidentified aerial phenomenons. There's a lot of interest in Antarctica suddenly, and what secrets might be down there. If you're starting to add together these breadcrumbs, then where do we find ourselves, right? And so what could possibly be some of the cycles that are coming around on the earth, and when the earth changes herself and when she evolves and she grows and magnetic grids changing and like different things like unlocking in the planet itself. It's fascinating. If you put all of these things together, it's like a really interesting story. Think about our ideologies, think about what we're all talking about in like current culture. Think about how we're all talking about being humanitarian and like helping humans and not letting your own needs or wants like take away from another human's ability to thrive. Like there is a swell that is undeniably happening. And wouldn't it make sense then that things like, late stage capitalism and like governments and other things systems that we thought that we trusted and that like made sense suddenly don't? Like there is a shift that is, in my opinion, like palpable and fascinating. And I just wanted to put that out there, but also like start the dialogue amongst your friends and family. If you feel you won't be chastised, let's all be kind to each other, sweet and sensitive and kind, and have space for everyone's journey and their thoughts and their feelings. Yeah. So we're in this massive portal time, this massive energetic time. And so like what is being shifted, what's being birthed? To go through a portal, to go through any door, like death or birth, it is the Tower card in tarot or the Death card. Things have to crumble for the newness to come in and the light to come in. But I think it's... And that's not even mentioning all of the people that are having sort of consciousness awakenings or altered states of consciousness or altered experiences in their consciousness. People are getting in touch with me all the time about dreams that they're having, some that are overwhelming or really connective dreams to loved ones that have come and gone. People are talking about synchronicities and being like, but I just thought of her and then she texted and I'm like, you're doing it, you're psychic, that's how you do it. The amount of sort of things or impressions or just being able to pick up off someone or know when someone's lying, like people, even people who would not necessarily enjoy anything I might be saying right now and, or think of themselves as esoteric or energetic or new age or woo-woo or whatever you want to call it. That's happening a lot more frequently, and people are really noticing it and they're starting to speak about it. So the dialogue is changing, which is really lovely for me to see. And also there is like so much trauma, right? There's so much trauma and like so much pain on the planet as well. And that is, or my plea for humanity, but that is being held, that is being looked at, that is being supported, and there's space being made for it. And if it's not happening in your world or your life or where you are, I hope that you can be a change maker for that. I think that's absolutely important for humanity to do right now. I think we need to be able to do that so that we can heal it and transmute it faster for the change that is coming. And so it isn't always fun. Obviously, the energies right now are like this. They're all over. But I wish you all the happiest and healthiest and most healed and fruitful spring time, equinox time, galactic event time, whatever you want to call it. This portal energy, these big swells of energy on the planet. I'm wishing you well for you and your loved ones. Have grace, have kindness for everyone, for what they're going through, for their story, their beliefs, their journey. It is their own. And we need to allow it while we also have boundaries for our own version of that. And so with love, with grace, with beautiful intention, let's all keep striving for the light and striving for the stars, because it is potentially the most beautiful outcome for us all. So with love and with light, if you need to talk about any of this or want to, you can always find me on social or check out my website. Otherwise, have a great night, precious souls, and lots of love. Bye.